Yo, checking in again. Another day, another message. October is utilised by many people across the UK to celebrate what is called Black History Month. And as it's the 1st of October, I thought I'd put something out there to get people to think, talk and discuss. You may have heard of, earlier on in the year, there was a lot of discussion, and there was a big petition that kind of went out looking at trying to force the government to make it compulsory that Black history was taught in schools. And I remember having discussions during that time with young people about what they thought about Black history in schools. And you had a two-sided argument. You had many young people that kind of said that it's important that if all history is taught within schools, then why shouldn't Black history be taught within schools? And then you had another set of young people that were arguing, well, they wouldn't want, or they wouldn't prefer their oppressors or individuals that they classified as their oppressors to teach them about something that they should be teaching themselves. So it's a double-sided argument, and there's many people in the community that might be watching this that still have those arguments, whether we think that Black history should be taught in schools, or whether you think that it shouldn't be up to the system to teach Black history, but it should be up for ourselves as a community to teach it to our children. And it was interesting that yesterday I had this discussion again as coming into Black History Month, asking young people what they thought about Black history and what it meant to them. And a couple of young people quite passionate about this topic, and one of them had said that they said that every time that Black History Month is coming up, you get these individuals and organisations that come out and want to teach them about their history and their identity and their culture and whatnot. But what happens to them in the other 11 months? And it's interesting, and it's funny that when these young people said that, I kind of had an affinity with what they was talking about, because a lot of the work that I've done in the community in the past, that I've had a lot of organisations that have come to me running up to a Black History Month and say, yo, Craig, I know you do stuff with gangs, I know you do stuff with young people and that coming out of prisons, I know you're working with just young people in general. Is it possible if we can come in and deliver some workshops on Black history and whatnot? So I understand where these young people are coming from. That the question that they're asking is, well, where are all these organisations in the other 11 months? Where are they in November, December, January, up until October again? Where are they and what are they doing in their communities? And the argument that they was making is that there's a lot of organisations that are out there that classify themselves as righteous, classify themselves as conscious, that set themselves up throughout the year and have these conscious discussions in their own little circles. And one of them said intellectually masturbate with each other in those 11 months, and then it comes like there's an overkill during the month of October. And it was interesting, and a lot of people probably won't like what young people are saying, but this is what young people feel in the community. And it was no different to the argument that kind of came out from that was also religious institutions. There was leaving nobody out. There was talking about, the fact that there's so many churches, there's so many mosques, there's so many temples in our community, but the religious individuals in there that are at a certain level of knowledge and whatnot don't link and engage with young people in the community. So what one of them kind of said in the group was, I don't really want nobody coming to me and telling me about who I am, where I'm coming from, and that I'm misguided or confused with society. And all I want to know is how I'm going to make a little money for me to provide for my mum and provide for myself and my people. I don't want to hear about God, for example, if I'm living a certain lifestyle and a man can't engage and have an understanding of what I'm talking about. And again, people might not like what people are saying, but these are what young people say in the community. Now, when you look in our communities, you see loads of mosques, you see loads of churches, you see loads of temples, there's loads of study circles for those that may be more spiritually inclined or whatever. And what young people are saying is that they don't engage with them. There's still man still standing on the corner, there's still man shouting, there's still man out there. And what they're arguing is saying that there's nothing wrong with it, that they're willing to have individuals come out and have a discussion with them. But what they're saying is there needs to be an understanding in which those individuals are coming out need to have an understanding of their reality and their day-to-day. So they don't want people coming out, standing up outside being telling them about God. They don't want people coming out, standing outside being telling them about Black history and whatnot. What they're saying is that they do want it, but it has to come in a form in which has a relation to what they're going through on a day-to-day basis. So a man says, you know what, right about now I'm not working. I've got a criminal record and I need a job but can't get a job because there's certain things on my record. So why am I going to have a man that's coming into my face on a day-to-day basis telling me about something that happened 500 years ago. Now I understand it. What they're saying is that yes, it's important that education, young people need to have that education and understanding about their culture, their history, and the impact that history has had on today's society, where you have individuals that are more privileged and in privileged positions, and individuals that are unprivileged and in certain sections of the society where they're socially, economically at a lower state. Yes, we need to have those discussions. Yes, young people need to understand that. But what these young people are saying is that it needs to take a different form. It needs to take a different form, that when we're going out there and we're teaching young people about God, or we're teaching young people about themselves, is that we need to come at it from a different angle. So again, what young people are saying is that we can't be sitting in our institutions, sitting in these big spaces, perceiving or believing that we're all holy, we're all righteous, but then you got individuals that are still on the corner shutting. Still, young people are vulnerable to prostitution, terrorism, or a range of different things that take place within our communities. What these young people are saying is valid, and we need to have these types of discussions. So I thought I'd throw it out there, as it's what is called Black History Month. And again, loads of people celebrate it and many people don't. But I thought as a discussion, it'd be good to kind of pull it out there, get people to think, talk, and discuss. So tell me what you think. Do you think Black history is something that should be celebrated? Do you think it's something that shouldn't be celebrated? What do you think about those individuals and organisations that are out there that only come out during Black History Month? But then what about them organisations that work throughout the whole 12 months but are not recognised? What do you think? It's Real Action Youth in Motion. It's about turning real talk into real action. Peace.